Hello everyone, I'm Debra Kasowski, speaker, author, executive coach, and podcast host of the Millionaire Woman Show that you can find on iTunes or your favorite podcast player. Today I wanted to talk to you about why it is important to create content. And many people are like, content? What can I give someone? Well, one of the greatest things is that everyone's on their own journey. Everyone has an expertise of some kind. And people will say, I don't know if I have an expertise. Here's the question for you. What do people come to you to get advice for? Often you have a skill, talent, or ability that you know more about than they do, which makes you an expert in that area. I'm not saying that you're a surgeon or anything like that that requires specialized skills. But you have naturally developed talents, skills, and abilities that maybe another person doesn't have that are unique to you and the way you do things. People would like to learn about how you do that. So what you're doing is you're creating valuable content that is relevant to someone who wants to do what you're doing. So what happens is when you create content, what you're doing is you're sharing expertise, you're building trust and credibility by demonstrating your knowledge on a subject area. So one of the things that you can do is whatever that expertise is, Google it. Look up the what, when, who, why, when, where, how of your subject matter, and you will see what other people are talking about on your subject. And you may even surprise yourself how much you can also learn as a researcher, but also learn of how to structure different articles, blog posts, podcasts, or video content where you can share what you have done and share stories of your own. I remember when I was first creating content, I didn't even know where to start. And my mentor said, just interview people. So I started interviewing people, asking questions because I'm naturally inquisitive. I love to ask people questions and learn what makes them tick, what ticks them off, what they do for fun. I just love to learn about people. I love people. And learning how they get to where they want to go, the journey, their success vision. So when you're creating content, you want to create content that's relevant, that might have how-to knowledge in it for people to do whatever you have done. There might be just information on sharing your experience and the steps that you've taken. So how-to are great. The reasons why something works, why something doesn't. You'll see mistakes that people have shared, myths of an industry, and maybe the realities of that industry. There can be so many ways to share content. And don't forget, you want to have that catchy headline. And you're thinking, how am I going to come up with that, I bet? Well, the best place to get started is in the grocery lineup, if you believe it or not. So you know all those magazines that kind of draw you in? They draw you in based on those subtitles and titles that you see. And when you're looking at those titles, you can substitute some of the words that are related to what you do. And then you can say, you know what, the 5 reasons for this, or the 2 mistakes people make, the #1 killer of this idea. So you can see where I'm getting at. Look at your local newspaper, some of the headlines that they use to grab your attention. Another great place is go to Pinterest. I highly recommend it. There's people who have curated information already of kind of fill-in-the-blank type headlines, but don't get too structured to them. Come up with some of your own. And make the content scannable. Use bullets. It's great to have short paragraphs, but it's also good to have those step-by-step pieces or points in bullet form, because what people do is they read it quickly. They're not really reading it. They scan it for something to grab their attention. Then they get drawn in, and then you start to read for relevant pieces of what's relevant to me or to you when you're reading it. So really thinking about when you're putting that content together, You want that catchy headline. You want some really rich information that you're sharing, that curated information that you have shared from your own experience, or maybe some information that you've researched. You might throw in a stat or two. And then at the end, you want to make sure they know where to find you, because you never know where people are going to get the content from. So you'll want a call to action. What do you want people to do with this content? Are you going to put your website so that they can go to your website and check out the rest of what you have to offer? Or are you going to offer something else? You want to let people know what to do. You've drawn them in, you got their attention. Now what? How can you stay connected? How can they get more awesome resources from you or learn more about what you have to offer? So this is why content is great. Content is an opportunity to share your expertise. Sometimes it's a matter of people taking you home with them. Content is like in the form of a book. So I'm a 3-time best-selling author, and it's one of the fanciest business cards I have, so that people get to know who I am, my personality, and how I want to help the world in sharing my knowledge with them so that they can up-level their game in leadership, business, and in life. So I hope this video was helpful to you. You can go over to my website at www.debrakasowski.com to learn more. And don't forget, you can book your discovery session. It's a complimentary coaching session for 30 minutes to see how I can help you move to the top. Have a great day.